Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with business coach Moloy. Uh, Wet Monday morning, and I'm here early. Uh, Sorry for this. No prior announcements, but this week we start the Action Coach Global Summit with a lot of coaches, about 150 odd coaches coming in from around the world. And I believe it will be a great learning experience for all the us coaches who have been working with multiple businesses. And that starts today. And hence this early morning Facebook Live. But like we said, consistency is the most important element, and we try to be as consistent as possible. So last week we spoke about executions, why some organizations continuously deliver, while others just keep discussing, planning, and following up. And I hope you all went back and asked yourself one question. Am I building an organization or am I still personally carrying it? You may not have built it till date. And I heard this very interesting statement the other day that a lot of entrepreneurs build businesses. Now they need to build organizations. Something that I was having a conversation with my team on our 10th anniversary, 15th July, that we built it. We built a business. People trust us. Uh, the brand has been built fabulously, but now it's time to build that organization. So today I want to move away from systems, away from strategy. Today I want to talk heart to heart with an entrepreneur, not the business, but the person behind it. So let me ask you something. When was the last time someone genuinely asked you, how are you doing? I don't remember when somebody last asked me, how am I doing? Friends, family, colleagues, clients. I don't remember, honestly. And sometimes when I'm alone and I'm probably doing in that contemplative mode, I ask this question of myself: why are people not asking how are you doing? Not how's business, not how is sales, not how is the market. How are you? Most entrepreneurs spend their lives asking everyone how they are doing. The production team, the sales team, the family, the customer, everyone gets asked. And as an entrepreneur, I know of a lot of people who step into their offices and ask people, how was the weekend? How was the evening, etc. But who asks that entrepreneur? I met an entrepreneur in Kolkata a few weeks back. A business was doing exceptionally well. Revenue had doubled in the last 1 year. Bigger office, industry recognition. After 15 minutes talking about the business, I asked him, how are you? And he smiled and said, I'm fine. Then about 30 seconds of silence, and then quietly, he says, actually, I'm very tired. Not physically, but emotionally. That conversation changed me. Entrepreneurs usually don't break because business gets hard. They break when they're carrying things silently. One of the biggest myths about entrepreneurship is success reduces pressure. It actually doesn't. Small businesses, you worried about survival. Today, you worry about responsibility. You used to worry about one customer. Today, one wrong decision affects an entire organization, 200 families. The pressure doesn't go away, it just changes the shape and the size. So, let me ask you a harder question. When was the last time you had a conversation where you didn't have to be the strongest person in the room? Somewhere along the way, most entrepreneurs quietly stop asking for support, not because they don't need it, because they start believing they always have to be alone and strong. And that belief is one of the loneliest things about this job. People admire the entrepreneur, depend on the entrepreneur. Very few actually understand the entrepreneur, and that's a very, very different thing. A business owner in Ahmedabad once told me, well, I can't remember the last time I switched off. And I asked what he meant. He said, my phone switches off, my laptop switches off, my mind never switches off. And this is exactly what a lady entrepreneur told me the other day on. And I precisely remember it was the Friday evening. And she says, I am tired. I said, why don't you sleep? And she mentioned, my mind is not switching off. So you exactly know what he meant and what I am meaning. You're at dinner with your family, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a delayed shipment, a GST invoice, a supplier negotiation, a salary not paid, employee not coming on board. The mind keeps running 24 hours a day. And here's something worth sitting with. Successful entrepreneurs often look more stressed than struggling ones. Because success brings responsibility, responsibility brings decisions, decision brings uncertainty, uncertainty gets in emotional energy. We teach finance, we teach marketing, we teach strategy. Almost nobody teaches an entrepreneur how to carry the emotional weight of leadership. When did you last make a